Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Daniel and I am here to help you navigate the financial markets. But first, I like to mention that this is not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor, and at the end of the day, whatever you buy and sell, it is your own responsibility. Alright guys, as I mentioned last week, we are seeing a small correction, I would rather say a healthy correction on Bitcoin, because we saw last week that we had too many months going up, and that now it is very likely that we can have a little bit of a break. So if you can see here, we have here the 55 EMA, and normally, well, when the prices go too far from the 55 EMA, they tend to go back. If it is a big correction, a bear market, then we'll go back and touch it. Otherwise, they will just go and get a little bit closer and go up again. So it looks like that is what we are going to be doing now. We are too far from the 55 EMA, and then we are going. We went up for too much, sorry, and now we are going down a little bit to get closer to the 55 EMA. We can see the same with the indices, with the American indices. For instance, here is the remember we are on the monthly chart at the moment. So here is the Nasdaq index, and we have the same thing. So here is the 55 EMA. So when the chart goes off too far from the 55 EMA, then it goes to look for it. It goes back to look for it, if not touching it, like here, almost touching it, but then it goes back here. Well, here we had a bear market, and then we definitely went to touch it, and then we stay here a little bit, and then we were up. But now we are too far away from it, so it looks like we might have a little bit of a correction. So the same with the S&P 500. You can see here that we go off, then we touch it, then we go off, then we touch it. So now we are off for we've been off for too long. Then we are gonna go a little bit back. So the same with the Dow Jones, is exactly the same thing. So let's go back to Bitcoin. So now, how deep can we go in this correction for Bitcoin? So, well, here we have the monthly charts. Here we have the weekly levels that we marked last time. So let's go to the weekly chart. So here are the important weekly levels. So it looks, we already visited this level once. We got rejected. It was very bullish. The next weekly candle was printed, was very bullish. But this week, the week that we started last Monday, is being quite a bearish week for Bitcoin. So we didn't want to stay above the previous all-time high, which was this one, which was around the 69,000. The price didn't want to stay up here, so we are going down again. So it looks likely that we are going to visit this area again, and then we'll see. So then it is, then we have to see what happens. So once we touch this area, we might go back up again. So we might do something like this, depending on the general markets, on the whole markets, or the other possibility is that we go down from this area and then we revisit the next area. So then we go to the next support area, which we mark here on the weekly chart, which is around the 50 to 52,000. So what is going to happen? Nobody knows. I don't have a crystal ball. Nobody has a crystal ball. So we'll see how deep is the correction. But at the moment, it looks like we are printing a correction. So we'll have to wait and see how deep can we go. So again, the same here that I mentioned on the monthly chart, it repeats on the weekly chart. So we are far too off from the 55 EMA that it is very likely that we come a bit closer. So because this 55 EMA is going to go up a little bit here, it's going to go up a little bit here, it's going to start rounding up here. So that's why we might come here, touch it around here, touch it around here. I don't know, because I don't know how long is this going to be. So it might be that this is quite long, that we stay here in a choppy and then we just revisit it here on this level. So we have to see But at the moment, well, be aware that we can have some days or even weeks to the downside, but don't worry too much. Actually is going to be very healthy correction because, as I already mentioned before, we are printing a very nice pattern, which is this round pattern, the so-called cup and handle pattern. So we have here the first part, the cup part, and then if we print here the handle, something like this, if we make something like this, the handle something like this, then when we go back up here, then this is going to be very powerful, and this is what can take us up to really high levels. But yeah, we'll have to see, we have to be patient. It might take very short, it might be just be like this, just quick dip and then up again, or it might be long as I draw before. So we have to see. So then we can see that we are still bullish because the 55 EMA never crossed below the 200 EMA, so we stayed always up. So we are still bullish. So technically we are still bullish. We just have to be patient and see how does it go with this correction. And then, well, this is a very good opportunity. Actually, if you are out of the market, if you sold all your coins around here, around the top, then this is a very good opportunity for you to reload here. Or if you started on a long position at the bottom, somewhere here or here, well, then just wait, and you might be able to add up to your position when we are around this or this area. So all in all, it's a very good opportunity. Uh, just don't worry. Have some patience, and we can let me know what do you think. And if you want, we can analyze some other coins or some other markets. See you then in the next one.